Sick, eh? What a cool campsite this is. Wow.
Oh, wow.
A bit of a trek to get all our stuff from the boats over to the nice spot, but Shangri-La.
Found this caribou antler. Pretty cool.
I don't know if we'll see any caribou. Unfortunately, their numbers are not what they once were, but also their migration only comes through this way in the winter, I believe. But that is super cool. An emblem of the Canadian North, really. The caribou. Did you know that it's a caribou on the back of the Canadian quarter? Not a moose.
This is home for the night. Absolutely gorgeous. Just up on a little rock face here. Beautiful sunset. Calm waters. And nice soft moss to sleep on. Gotta set up the tank, get wood. Jim's cleaning fish right now. Probably getting mauled while he's doing that, I would imagine.
I have a special technique for cleaning pike called the 5-cut method. Next step is you got to feel where those bones are along the side here. Second slab of meat. Another slab of meat there. Do a better job at keeping it all off the ribs. A good understanding of the fish's anatomy is what is going to help you clean a fish best. This is awesome. I can see the smoke coming out of this. It's not like smoke, it's just basically the mosquito deterring wonderment. And it's actually working pretty good against black flies. Ted's got his bug net on. I got both my hands tied up. If I didn't have this thermocell right here, I'd probably have freaked out. This is like pretty much peak bug season here. Still got to take the skin off of these. Pretty tricky here, but there's a board that someone left at camp. I might use that. 5-cut method. Bag of meat. Me and Ted to hammer.
All right, I got a bag of fish crisp. Poured it in there. Nice little seasoning and a batter. Fish is in the bag with the fish crisp. Now we just shake, 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 shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. Or maybe we should twist. Come on, let's twist again, like we did last summer. Ooh, let's twist again, like we did last year. Do you remember when? Oh, we were really humming. Yeah, let's twist again, like we did last year. Do. Singing that song, one or the other, is pretty key. You don't have to sing both, but you should sing one.
Just cooled off and some storm clouds rolled in after a near perfect, surreal evening and sunset here at camp. So hopefully it doesn't start raining. But wow, what an incredible evening, incredible day too. Just in general, we paddled 34 kilometers, so we're pretty wiped, and we did pretty substantial hike too up in Esker, and found an incredible campsite. And yeah, we're about to eat some fish. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Looks like it probably won't for a bit. And we've made it almost all the way to the end of this massive lake. So I think we have like less than 4K to paddle onto this lake until we're into the Seal River. And after this, we'll have put the large lakes behind us, which is relieving. So anyways, gonna eat something, hopefully, and stay dry. But I guess that weather had to change at some point. Fire gun, we all need somebody to lean on. Blockers, fire gun. Look at this like amazing patch of like rock. Fire looks good for cooking, eh? Well, I think these rocks are really
Pike and chili.
chili at this rate, eh?
A lot of pike.
Wow, that's good.
Wow, so strong, so strong. Good job. We're into the river. No more lakes, no more. We're into the river, no more lakes. We'll be paddling about 2K on this lake, and then we're into the river, no more lakes.
Coffee's on, Ted. The only drug we have left out here.
We were so disappointed. I thought there was like a couple shots or one shot each left for one run. We went in there and like, the bottle's just empty, the cap's off, the cap fall off.
You want a coffee?
Sure.
Oh, the coffee's good today, Ted. I'm just gonna put yours over on this little rock ledge, okay?
Oatmeal for breakfast. So at first glance, it looks like no way that I'm gonna be able to fit all of that food in this mug and then put water. And it is, you know, borderline not possible. But because it's freeze dried, the water just kind of absorbs into it, and as opposed to just like adding volume as much, and it's actually manageable. Bacon. Some people probably have the time to warm this up. Not us.
Significantly less fat.
I brought vitamins.
I don't believe in vitamins.
We have fruits, dried fruits and stuff, but we don't have, and there's some vegetables in the freeze-dried meals, but not exactly getting a lot of veg.
Yeah, today isn't gonna be crazy. We have a lot of rapids, nothing crazy, but then we have like long, intense, like way more intense whitewater than anything we've faced so far. Consistently stacked, gigantic standing waves, dragons belching fire at you from the shore, so you have to dodge dragons, sea monsters, 20-foot standing waves. Like, it's pretty much not an embellishment there, okay? Took me a while to get my maps organized. We also have laminated photocopies of Hap Wilson's notes from his book Rivers of Manitoba that covers the Seal River. Up to this point we've pretty much had no notes, but now we do, so I've gone and written those notes on my topographic maps as well, notated them, so some pretty good resources there. Those notes were made a long time ago, but it's probably pretty similar still. I think now is the time to basically load up the boats and start paddling and onto another stage of this trip, and really excited to see what the Seal River has in store for us. It's supposed to be one of the most beautiful and is one of the most wild and just in general epic rivers in the Canadian wilderness. It's a Canadian heritage river because of the rich First Nations history on it, because of explorer Samuel Hearne, who used it in the 1750s to try to access the interior, then in the North Seal trying to get to the Arctic coast. Just a really, really special river, and we're gonna witness the full bore of it because it's a big drop, fast flowing, really wide river, serious whitewater, and we have very high water. So kind of nervous going into it because of some of the rapids, but also excited to get into it and see what it has in store. Got a new rod out, spooled with 6-pound test, much smaller rod. The last line I was using was 25-pound test because we were going for much bigger fish. In the Seal, there are Arctic Grayling, and I think some pretty big ones too. Arctic Grayling are salmonid. They have a big, long dorsal fin. They're gray but shimmering, iridescent colors. They're similar to, I guess, a whitefish, but more beautiful. So super cool. So I'm excited to try my hand at some of them, and I think lighter tackle is definitely the way to go than some of these tank pike and walleye we've been catching. So excited to take a grayling cast today. Yes. You want to go around the back of this island here, Ted? Like really our bearing should cut over the front. It's further, but we might be out of the waves more.
That's an island there too. Doesn't seem to really make a difference if we go behind, does it?
Well, I mean, we're just not making a big crossing in these waves.
Right. Yeah, let's go behind.
You see the long, skinny island? It's not really that far out of the way. Then we go with the waves and then we're totally blocked, you know?
Just because.
This is going to be our last stretch of real lake paddling.
Well, the river from the mouth here drops 700 feet without one waterfall all the way to the bay, which should make for some pretty interesting whitewater and fast current.
Trip is about to take a step up in intensity. This is very true.
Well, we are officially entering the Seal River right now. We've got some current pouring out of Shethani Lake at the base of it, and that's it for those massive lakes. We did it. Made it across. We did it. We made it across. Geez. What would you say, like 430 kilometers of lakes?
Was it that much?
Yeah. And river. course. It wasn't all lakes.
This is definitely the Seal River, Ted. We made it to the Seal River.
We made it to the Seal River.
Holy what a mission.
My shoulders blowing out, our backs are split, are bloody.
This is it. This is the Seal River, ladies and gents. We made it. We made it 450 kilometers, including hundreds of kilometers across gigantic lakes.
The bulk of it, just huge lakes. What, 120 or 125 kilometers of it was the Big Sand Lake.
I mean, we came for it all, but this is really what we came for. It was the Seal River. It's supposed to be just spectacular, serious whitewater challenges. Fishing's not supposed to be incredible, but good for grayling. I've heard the fishing isn't incredible in it, but we should be able to hook into some grayling.
So we have to travel now, you know, 235-ish kilometers all the way to Hudson Bay via the Seal River.
A very large river, very wide, very high volume. A seal!
Wow, so I just had this big splash behind me. And I'm like, wow, what was that? I'm like, it wasn't a beaver, like it wasn't a fish. I'm like, I think it might have been a seal, because in our river notes, you know, about 40 kilometers from here, you know, he says we saw our first seal, but we're 238 kilometers upriver from the mouth of Hudson Bay. So in Shithani Lake, we just saw our first seal. There it is. It's popped up over by Jim. That's incredible. Just up here catching fish, I guess, and wow.
Well, that is crazy. It's called the Seal River, but we had no idea we'd see seals this far up. That's uncanny. Usually it's like, I've heard they come up 70 kilometers, but right up here in Shithani Lake, there are seals. Like, that's something I should be like reporting to wildlife officials or something.
So that was really cool. Just the moment we enter the Seal River from Shithani Lake, we're greeted by an actual seal.
Clearly this river is aptly named. That's 3 seals in the first like 7K. Cool. Oh man, it feels great to be back into some current. So fun, so much easier. Of course, this part of the river is the most challenging and advanced part of the whole trip skill-wise, because of the advanced level whitewater that we'll be facing. So far so good. Bald eagle guiding the way, seal checking us out. Little current hid from the waves behind the islands. Pretty good. First rapid coming up. A rapid. It says there's a ledge on the left. Stay right on our river notes. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
It'll be interesting to see what the characteristics of this one are, because our river notes say class 1 ledge on left, stay right. And it actually sounds pretty powerful. It does look wide, so we should be able to avoid stuff, but I have a feeling it might be a class 2 because of the water levels.
Looks like there's some interesting current on the left. Potentially some weird curling waves and a ledge, but looks like I might be able to just skate by it all on the right.
A couple weird little cross currents here. esker up there.
Piece of cake. Nice current here too now. We've already gone 12.5 kilometers, so the current has been good to us. Saw another seal too. So I'm having a great day. That just sealed the deal.
Well, we've officially now seen our 4th seal. Pretty cool. I guess that's why it's named the Seal River.
The height of my enjoyment has no ceiling. You can write that down and stamp it with a seal.
We're gonna stop off at a tributary called the Wolverine River. We have some notes that say there's Arctic Grayling fishing there.
We're gonna try to get to a spot where we think we might be able to hook into our first Arctic Grayling of the trip.
Hopefully add a new species to the list for the trip.
Grayling are definitely an exciting species because they are really tasty, but yet they spoil easier than most other fish, so there's not really a great commercial market for them, so it's rare to see them in seafood restaurants and fancy restaurants, and they usually only live in pretty remote areas in northern Canada and Alaska for the most part.
Really good fish that you only kind of catch in the north.
The fish is a mandatory part of our diet when we're burning so many calories out here, and a lot of fun to catch too, for sure.
So we just paddled up a tributary called the Wolverine River. Pretty freaking big. This is a lot of extra water coming into the seal. We're hoping to catch some grayling here. Not a far paddle up, but you know, I don't know, maybe, geez, 500 meters or so.
Normally when the water's low, we could just stand on the shore, on rocks on the shore here, but it's flooded way up into the trees here, so that's not an option.
And we're hoping to catch some grayling in here. So I'm excited to take a couple casts. First things first, I gotta change my lure to something a little smaller. Should probably have a much smaller clamp swivel on there too, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
It's looking pretty fishy around here. Using a 6-pound test. Seals everywhere. Maybe the seals just picked at all the grayling here.
Could have been.
You know? Unfortunately, as cool as it is to see seals, we're also competing with them for fish.
Maybe it's the same one. He's just been following us all day, and when he gets his chance, he's gonna fly out of the water and rip out our throats.
Maybe.
So there is an esker hike here, but there's also a class 2. Heavy volume, plenty of room to maneuver through rocks and swells, 1.5 kilometers long.
Right now I am careening backwards into a class 2 rapid. Might be a class 3 at these levels, I don't know.
And then on the far left at the end of the rapid, there is a high bank with a sheltered cove if we want to pull over and do the esker hike.
It looks like it's a pretty good one.
Oh, we're about to go down another rapid. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, it says there's
What?
It says there's something on the left, like where the campsites are.
Okay. Think there's any fish here?
Maybe. That was a good class 2 for sure, eh?
Yeah.
2+ maybe even. I don't know.
Just fishing at the base of this rapids we ran.
I got a couple bites.
Got something on here. Oh, grayling! Grayling! Yes! Well, we're just falling down the shore from that eddy to a spot where we think we're going to be able to access some flat tenting areas. And I'm looking up the hill and I see what looks like a huge pile of caribou antlers.
I'm noticing it from here. There's just a massive pile of caribou antlers that someone collected maybe off this esker and piled there. I'm not really sure why or what it is, but
the Dene traditionally use the esker as travel routes for caribou hunts and stuff like that. I guess it could have been done more recently by a canoe party, but
just go past the shore.
So yeah, let's stay here then for sure.
Yeah! Arctic Grayling. Look at this beautiful fish. Whoa! This is unbelievable. Look at this pile of antlers.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man.
This is a fire pit.
You want to put the tent on the moss or the sand?
Moss.
We are gonna camp tonight on top of this otherworldly esker. Just an absolutely gorgeous place. Not camping like this where I'm from, and just the landscape up here is something else. It feels like I'm on a different planet kinda. Check this out. Look at this view. Incredible. Maybe we gotta look at the next rapid that's supposedly so scary.
That's the next rapid?
Looks fine, just to run it down the right.
Well, this is really cool. Ted and I have just explored this esker. Amazing view of the surrounding landscape. We've got a view downriver of our next rapid, of little lakes, forests, upriver. Just absolutely breathtakingly spectacular, and just such a cool thing, the esker in and of itself. Just the sand lying here, and such an open place to walk. Lots of animal tracks. Really cool.
What a freaking paradise this is. Just so nice. So nice. I'm glad we pulled over and didn't push on, and just took a little bit of time to actually, like, you know, slow down and enjoy what's around us a little bit.
Wow, this is awesome treat, especially because we were kind of concerned because the first grayling spot we tried sucked.
Just pick it right off the bones. You get all the meat, and there it is there.
Put slits on the outside so the seasoning kind of sinks into it a bit more.
Really good.
Yeah, it's great, eh?
Yeah, the Old Bay is a nice kick.
Oh yeah. It's funny because I started eating the mac and cheese. I'm like, this is pretty good. And then I ate the grayling, and then I went back to the mac and cheese, and I was like, ugh.
Right. Yeah, that mac and cheese isn't
the winning any awards, eh?
No. It feels like maybe there's too many noodles to cheese ratio as well.
Right.
Are we going to be getting to bed at like 1 o'clock again?
No.
Feels about like that though.
I know. Well, it's still bright out, but it's probably like 11:30, and me and Ted were like absolutely gassed. Ted was pushing hard for naps today. Gassed at like noon. Sorry.
I could have had a nap. We just came back here and like stood here and did nothing.
So anyways, yeah, so today was sick. Didn't really travel too far today, but we think we probably made the right decision just because this is like an absolutely, looks like Shangri-La here. We saw like 5 or 6 seals today, caught Arctic Grayling, did an epic hike up this esker, explored the area around, got some great views of the landscape.
Well, it was a really freaking fun day. Not as long on the water as other days, which was really welcome. We need to catch up on some sleep. I'm just like exhausted, like almost like falling asleep while paddling the canoe, zoning out. Beautiful day, gorgeous sunset, and what a beautiful spot. I'm loving the Seal River, and we just got on it. It is picturesque, it is beautiful. So looking forward to the rest of it. Got some big rapids to run tomorrow and lots of action coming up in the whitewater category, and hopefully some more good fishing too. So looking forward to tomorrow.